Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It has been such a long time since I filmed, so I feel like I'm gonna be a little rusty on this, so bear with me. We are in a brand new location. I have moved, and because I'm in a new room, I'm still tinkering with the settings. I feel like in the monitor it looks alright, but when I edit, it may look differently, so the next couple of videos are gonna be trial and error. Today's video is going to be all of the makeup products that I have been trying and testing. When I wasn't filming, I tried a lot of different products, not just makeup related, but beauty related. So I'm gonna go through what I liked, what I didn't like, and why. But before we get into it, I feel like we should catch up. If you don't care about my personal life, I will put a timestamp for when the actual video starts. But basically the reason why I haven't filmed in a while is because of you. No, I sold my old house. They were nice enough. Usually when you close on a house, it should take about 30-45 days max. But because our new house wasn't going to be finished until beginning or middle of March, the new owners were nice enough to let us stay until January 1st. I probably could have filmed 1 or 2 videos, but I had this weird superstition because I had to put my filming setup away when I had people come and look at my house. For some reason, I was really paranoid that even though we accepted the offer, that they technically could still back out, and I felt like if I put my filming setup back, it was just bad juju or something, that they were gonna back out of the deal and then we'd have to put the house back up for sale. And so I just didn't film because I was very paranoid about them backing out, which they never did, thank God. But because our house wasn't gonna be done until the end of February, so basically March 1st, and we had to leave the house in January, we had to live in a 1-bedroom apartment, and that really sucked. 0 out of 10, would not recommend. But the nice thing is it was close to work, and at the end of the day, it was just a temporary situation. But by March 1st, we moved into the house and we've been living here ever since. We are officially completely unpacked, and I do plan on doing a house tour, both of my old house, because I never got to, I filmed it sort of, and I think that video is gonna come next. So if you see a house tour video, it's gonna be my old house because a lot of people wanted to see it. But as far as this house, even though technically I am unpacked, I can, but I don't want to show you yet because even though all of our stuff is unpacked, there's still furniture coming in, and we definitely underestimated how long it would take because I guess furniture is just really in demand right now. We bought our furniture about a month and a half or 2 months before we were gonna close on this house, and it was supposed to come, I think last week or this week, but they already called and said that they're gonna delay it to next month, and that's even if they get it on time. I'm kind of pessimistic / realistic about the fact that even though they delayed our furniture to next month, I still feel like it's gonna be a while. But when all the furniture comes and I've styled it and I feel a little bit more lived in, then I will do a tour of this house. As far as how the house is, this is a new construction and we love it. There are a couple minor problems that the builders do come out and like address and fix, but they're just like really minor things. Like some of the vinyl flooring has popped up a little bit and they have noted it and are gonna fix it and replace it or do whatever. But other than that, everything is really good. We're definitely in the honeymoon stage still of our new house. I never thought I would have a house like this unless I like created it in my Sims world, but we were very lucky and very fortunate that we were, 1, able to snag this house, and 2, that everything went possibly as smoothly as it could go. Like there weren't any delays in the house. We didn't have to push that back. So all things aside, I think things went really smoothly. That being said, we're gonna go on to the reason why you clicked on this video. I'm gonna go in categories in the order that makes sense to me, but as always, I always put timestamps for each category in my description box so you can skip around to whatever part you want to. So the first thing I wanna talk about is skincare. I have been using, this is my 2nd tub of the Juno Skin Cleansing Balm. I get this on Amazon. You can also get it on their official website. I don't know if they sell it at Target. I know they sell the Juno & Co microfiber sponges at Target, but I don't know if they sell this balm. But I love this balm. I also tried the Good Molecules cleansing balm and I don't like that one as much. First of all, it smells really nice. It smells like citrus, orange, tangerine, but when you add water to it, it really melts the makeup and you don't get those balm clumps that I got with the Good Molecules balm. All of the product will melt in with the water and just dissolve all your makeup super effortlessly. The next one I'm gonna try is the e.l.f. makeup balm. Someone told me that that's also a really good makeup remover, so that is on my next to try once I finish this. But the fact that I bought a 2nd jar of this tells you how much I love this, because anyone that's been here for a while knows I do not repurchase makeup products. I love to try new ones, so the fact that I went back to this tells you something. So this is always my first step in removing all my makeup, and it does a really good job. And then the second one is my cleanser. The one I'm currently using is the Tula Skincare. The back of it says that it's gel based and it removes dirt, impurities, and makeup without stripping or over drying. It has prebiotics, probiotics, probiotic extracts and turmeric to leave the skin purified, soft, and balanced. So I use this night and day, even on the days that I don't wear makeup. I feel like this is okay because it's a little bit warmer and I have more oils, but it feels just a little bit tight on the skin. You know when you use a cleanser and it overly strips your oils and then your skin feels tight? I feel that slightly with this one. It's not that bad, but I do feel a little bit of that happening. So I feel like in the winter where I'm a little bit drier, it might be an issue. So I feel like this is all right, but there's nothing wow about it to say that I would recommend this or repurchase it. To me, it does like an okay job. Next is moisturizer. I am still using the Biosense Squalene and Zinc Sheer Mineral Sunscreen. This has SPF 30. I can see through the light that I am right here with how much product I have left. It doesn't have that sunscreen SPF smell to it at all. It doesn't feel super thick or greasy onto the skin. I think this might be my favorite sunscreen up to date. It checks off all the things I like. I like a minimum SPF of like 20. This is 30. It doesn't feel thick on the skin. It works well with my makeup. It absorbs fast onto my skin and it's cruelty free. So definitely would recommend this one. So the next category is primers. So I want to talk about the Milani Chill Out Smoothing Primer. This is the one that I use most often because I wear makeup pretty much every single day when I get ready for work. This product really helps refresh you and wake you up. When you apply it to the face, it feels like it's been chilling in the fridge, and I leave it here in my beauty room, in my vanity drawer. You know the Clean and Clear, the Morning Burst cleansers? They never really helped my face, but I just love putting it on in the morning because it just wakes you up. And that is what this does for me. It also does help smooth out the makeup and makes things look nice. But as far as longevity, I mean, it doesn't help with longevity, I don't think, but I have other products that are long lasting, so this part doesn't have to be. But my main thing that I really like about this product is how cooling it is, and it wakes you up. The next thing is foundation. I have only three that I'm going to talk about. I'm going to just show you real quickly. The first one is the Urban Decay Stay Naked, and then the LYS Triple Fix Serum Foundation, and then the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. I have done a wear test on all three of these foundations, so you can check that out on my channel somewhere. I don't remember when I did it. So the most common blend that I've been doing is the Urban Decay Stay Naked and the Tinted Hydrator, mostly because this is a little bit too light and then this is a little bit too dark. So I've been mixing them, and I only need just a very little amount. Like this is one pump, and then this one is just like a little, and then I mix it up and I apply it to my face. I love all of these foundations though, whether you mix them or wear them separately. It's just what vibe I'm going for, I guess, because this one is very matte. This one has a little bit of a dew to it, and the LYS one is kind of like somewhere in the middle of these two in terms of like the finish. So I don't really have a favorite with these two. Don't make me choose because I can't. I love all of them. It's just whatever mood I'm feeling that day. And it goes without saying, but I'm gonna say it anyways. These last really well on oily and acne prone skin. That is obviously a must for me. I would say that they last at least 10 hours. And another thing is they're really low maintenance. Even though I don't mind blotting throughout the day, if I can avoid that step, that just makes the foundation all the better. And I feel like all of these foundations, for the most part, I usually don't blot at all. So it's just really nice that I don't have to worry about that. So the next category is foundation. I'm gonna do it in bulk again. I feel like it just makes things go faster. In the order that I use most often to least often, first is the Flower Beauty Light Illusions Full Coverage Concealer. The next one being the Milani Conceal and Perfect Longwear Concealer. And then the last one is the Becca, I don't know if this is really a concealer, but it kind of makes sense in my head that it is. It's the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. I personally prefer a medium leaning towards full or a full coverage concealer. I don't have super dark under eyes, but I just don't add a lot of product to begin with. I usually just do like a dot, and then just another like a dash out here. But the nice thing about having it be full coverage is that a little bit goes such a long way because I don't have super dark under eyes. So I really get the most out of the product because it is full coverage. So I really like the formula of these. They blend out really nicely, really good coverage. It always cooperates really well with my foundation and other products on top of it. I haven't had any issues. I don't have an issue with any of the concealers creasing, but take that with a grain of salt because I usually don't have that issue with any concealers creasing on me. I don't know. I don't have super creasy under eyes, I guess. It's not a common issue that I have or look out for with my makeup because I don't know, I guess I'm kind of lucky in the sense that concealers they kind of just work for me. But in terms of the coverage and them cooperating well with my other makeup products, that is what I focus on with concealers. And then this one, the under eye corrector, I usually wear this alone on a more light makeup day if I just really want to cancel out my under eye. It brightens it. I will still set it, but this product is really just awesome. You just dab a little bit where you see darkness and you compare the sides and it cancels everything out. out, but it looks so natural. And again, it doesn't crease on me, so it just really gives a effortless look, like you got 12 hours of sleep or something. So the next category is bronzer. I love, and I mean love, the Sol Face and Body Bronzing Balm. This is in the shade Medium Dark. It definitely looks intimidating at first, but it blends out so wonderfully. And because this is a little bit on the dark side, you only need a little bit, but you blend it out. You see, it doesn't look as intimidating. So that's what it looks like blended out, and this is what it looks like unblended. And obviously this is like the most sheer, so you could just build this up and it would be, you know, a little bit darker. So I just gave kind of like 3 hues. Like this is the very sheer, medium, darkest, and unblended. So hopefully you can see just how buildable this is. It is a little bit of an adjustment if you are used to doing your liquids first and then your powders. And usually for the longest time, I would only use powder bronzers. So I'd always forget to apply this first before setting my face. Overall, it lasts really well. It might fade a little bit, but I also really love that if I decide to, I don't often do this anymore, but if I want to give a little bit of contour to my face, because this is a balm, it just doesn't have that stark like to my cheekbones. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it looks really effortless and less stark and sculpted. So I've been really loving this one. And then for a blush, I think this might be discontinued. You can tell that I love this one because the print isn't even there anymore. But my favorite shades are Genuine and Lovable. But I don't even need to put my brush in very long. I just go boop boop and it shows up on my face. So you won't need a lot of product, and it also lasts a really long time on your face too. Hold on, I skipped a category. I meant to do setting powders after concealer and somewhere that got lost. We're going back to it. So I have 2 setting powders that I've been using. The first one being the Dermablend Loose Setting Powder. This is in Banana. You guys know that I love the original, like the translucent one. That one is my favorite, especially not just for applying on top to set the face, but applying underneath foundation to help the foundation last longer. That's a trick that I learned a long time ago to help combat oils from coming through, or like prolong oils from coming through. But the thing that I've learned about having setting powder underneath the foundation is that the kind you use and the amount you use does matter. You want a setting powder that is extremely finely milled, because if it's not and you put the foundation on top, I get these balls. So you need a good setting powder if you're gonna do that trick. So this one is my favorite to use under foundation and over foundation too. I don't feel like there's a big difference between the white translucent one and the banana one. They look the same on my skin at least. The second one is the Mineral Veil Finishing Powder. Again, super finely milled. It does have like a peach undertone to it, so it does give a little bit of brightening. But yeah, just like the Dermablend, this one's been pretty good for me. Okay, now that we covered the setting powders, we're gonna move on to eyeshadows. I only have one. This is the one that I've been using every single day, to the point where I don't even put it back in its drawer. I leave it on my vanity countertop because I know I'm gonna get it the next day when I go to work. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance. It is a staple for so many people. During work, I opt for just mattes. The colors I use for my transition is Raw Sienna and Burnt Orange. I kind of just add that everywhere. If I'm really lazy, sometimes I'll just use my bronzer, like a bronzing powder or something, or just my bronzing balm, and I'll just really quickly smudge it all over the eyes. I could call that a day. But usually I mix these two, and then they're the transition shade, and then I mix red ochre and sometimes real gur, but usually I just do red ochre, I think. Now I'm second guessing it. It's either I mix these or I just do red ochre, and that goes on the outer V to kind of just give it depth. And then lastly, I go in with tempera, and that goes on my lid. And this, I can't tell, it looks like it's a matte, but it might have just a little bit of reflect to it, just ever so slightly. I might just be looking into that, but it looks mostly matte to me. And that's my eye look every single day without fail. Next is mascaras. I have tried both the Milani Highly Rated and the e.l.f. Big Mood. I dislike both. I dislike the Milani Highly Rated way more than I do the e.l.f. Big Mood, but I just don't like either of these. The Highly Rated, it's by who? Raccoons? Every time I use this at the end of my workday, without fail, I will see that it transferred on my lower lash, and it doesn't really even do anything for my lashes to begin with. And the Big Mood is a little bit better. I do see the length and I like that, but it's not super consistent. Some days I don't see any transfer. There are other days where I do see the transfer. I think it matters the amount that I use. If I do just like one quick coat and I'm in a rush, it doesn't look too bad. But if I really take the time and like layer it, I will see it. So it's not super consistent. So I don't think I would repeat purchase either or recommend them for the fact, but that was obvious. I know a lot of people say to avoid that under eye issue to use waterproof mascara, but for me, I don't like to use waterproof just because it's just a bitch to take off at the end of the day. And when I take the effort to really get off all that mascara, I lose a bunch of lashes, which I'm not happy about. So I prefer a non-waterproof mascara that doesn't smudge. One that I really like, it's the one by Merit. That one is wonderful. I've never had an issue with it transferring, and it's not waterproof. I really like the effect that it has on my lashes. So that one's a really good one. I actually finished it up, and I should get a backup because the other two that I mentioned are not doing it for me. Next off is lips. This is the one that I use pretty much for any makeup look now, whether it's glam or just like an easy day, or if I'm wearing no makeup and I just want my lips to feel nourished. It is by Merit in the shade Marrakesh. I'll just add it to my lips right now. It gives this really nice shine. It's very thin and moisturizing. I just love the way my lips feel, and it's very like slippery, glidey. It doesn't have that sticky feeling, and I like the fact that it gives just a little bit of a tint. These are just really, really comfortable, so I highly recommend these. And the last category I wanted to include is hair care. So I am a dry shampoo fanatic. I have gone through many a can. Also, a tip to prolong your hair from getting too greasy too quickly is to add dry shampoo every single night. I add dry shampoo every night that I haven't showered. So I wash my hair twice a week. So 5 days a night, I am adding some type of dry shampoo to my scalp at night. And by doing that, I wake up, my hair doesn't look greasy. And that's also a reason why I don't have to wash my hair that often. Obviously, if my hair smelled, that would be one thing, but I don't think it smelled. No one has made comments about my hair smelling or like me smelling, I don't think. If they do it behind my back. So the first one is the OGX dry shampoo. It's technically a foam. I got this because Brad Mondo said that this is his favorite dry shampoo product, and he's a liar. It made my hair way greasier, and that's it. That's the only thing that it did for me. Hard pass on this. The next one is the Ava NYC Freshen Up Invisible Dry Shampoo. I also really did not like this, which made me sad because this is really highly rated on Ulta, which is why I got it. I have naturally black hair, and you can see like there's already white cast and there's barely any product, but I had really bad white cast with this. And I do like when my dry shampoo, I guess I could take it or leave it whether or not it has a scent, but I'm not a fan of the scent either. And as far as its main purpose, which is to remove oil, I felt like it just did an okay job. Like it's okay if you don't care about the white cast situation, but its main job is just, it's okay. But if I was talking to a girlfriend or something about recommendations for dry shampoo, this would not make it to the list, if that makes sense. The next one is the Living Proof Perfect Day Hair. This is the Advanced Clean Dry Shampoo. I love this one. This is one of my favorites. I also love the original one. This one is the Advanced Clean. There's another one. It looks not silver like this. It's like a, oh my God, I can't even remember the color. I think it's like dark, like a charcoal, but I love both of those. There is a little bit of a white cast, but because the product is so good, I can look past it. And you have to use quite a bit to get that white cast, but even then, you just give it a little jiggle and it goes away pretty easily. I would say the Living Proof one, both the original and the advanced one, very good. And the last one I want to talk about is the Drop Dead Gorgeous Dry Shampoo. This is a dry shampoo powder. I got this on Amazon, and I got this in this gray color because it's for medium to dark hair. It does its job, but this is the one that I use at night because for one, you will see the gray. Even when you shake it in, you can still see the gray powder, so I don't love that. But on top of that, it's messy. Whenever I add it to my scalp, it goes on my shirt, it goes all over. It's just like you see this like puff clouds of the powder, but it does do a good job in removing the oil. So I only use this at night. So you can be as messy as you want. It doesn't matter because you're gonna go to bed. And then in the morning, my hair is nice and shine free. So I do like this product, but only at night. I would never use this during the day again because of the reasons I just previously said. That is it for this video. I hope that it was helpful or at least entertaining. If it was, don't forget to like this video and feel free to comment down below what other types of videos you'd like to see from me. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I would love to see you come back. If you've been following me for a while, I just want to say thank you so much for still supporting me and sticking around. I am very excited to get back into the groove of filming and editing for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one.